Welcome to Crypto Nights. Crypto Nights presents Crypto Basics with one and only Dr. Kant Miriala. Dr. Kant has been with us answering very beautifully to our questions, which are like put up by our listeners. And these questions are really important. And we try to come up to you, Dr. Kant, with these questions so that we get a clarity on it. And people also get a clarity on what they ask and what they think about, because a lot of things that are currently being discussed at this moment of time in the current world is currently vague. So let's come to the question directly. And this one is a very basic question, and I think you would love to answer it elaboratively. So the question is, what is an ICO? What is an ICO? So over to you.
Initial coin offering. Yes, I'm very excited about this initial coin offering, or ICO. And it also stands for token sale. You know, we all know that Bitcoin was built on blockchain. And blockchain is like the internal combustion engine. Imagine the Ford car. And if you took the brand name out, Bitcoin, and put in Ethereum or some other currency, like Litecoin or Dogecoin or something like that. So the underlying engine is blockchain. So once you decouple Bitcoin from blockchain, the blockchain could power a lot of other companies. And then it became rather clear that blockchain enables crowds of people who don't know each other to collaborate on interesting projects because you don't need the middle. That's what this whole beauty of blockchain is. It enables hundreds, thousands, and millions of people to collaborate, exchange money in a trustless environment because of blockchain. Because that's what makes this whole thing amazing. So the early adopters typically tend to be entrepreneurs because those are the ones on the fringe. So they started thinking, wow, how do I use this to solve my biggest problem? And what is the biggest problem entrepreneurs always have? Money. They have ideas, but they need money to bring the idea to life. So, and that's really where things started. Let me just share my screen and go through some. Initial coin offering, by now you would have realized, is a way for, so IPOs are initial public offerings. Those are shares and all of that. Now, initial coin offerings, just to stay out of the radar of governments, they call them tokens and coin offerings and resembling public offerings. But, you know, they started, it's like you create a blockchain with a bunch of what are called tokens, because these are not currencies, these are tokens. So, and you sell the tokens to public because they're guaranteed to be immutable and on the blockchain, which is the inherent feature of a blockchain. So people know that, oh, these coins, these tokens cannot be messed with. So if they say 5 million and they have destroyed the rest, there are only 5 million. Okay. So initial coin offering is an unregulated way to raise money. And rather quickly, I must say, there are, I think Icon, one of the companies I'm very familiar with, raised 42 million in 8 hours or something like that. And Brave, another coin, I think in a very short period of time, they raised $35 million. So just to put things in perspective, if you are a Silicon Valley startup out of the garage, you probably can convince a few friends to put in a few $100,000, and then you run with that, you build the prototype, you prove that it works. That takes a year. And then maybe you convince somebody to put in a couple of million, maybe a Series A, and then 5 million or so Series B, and 10, 15 million for Series C, and 30, 40, 50 million or more for the next round, and so on and so forth. So you're talking about those 4, 5, 6, 7 years being compressed into a day, a few minutes, a few months. And at the end of 3 to 6 months, your ICO is complete. You raise the money, maybe $5, $10 million, more than enough for all your rounds of funding and all the way to getting your product out there and scaling it. So that is the nirvana for any entrepreneur if that can be accomplished. Now you can see why ICOs are very tempting. But also, in addition to entrepreneurs, it attracts a lot of fraudsters. Those are problems that are always there. So here you see this one is all the way down to October only, and that's 2.7 billion. I'm sure another billion came in the last couple of months. Top industries, majority is infrastructure, then trading and investments, finance, data storage, payments, right, et cetera, et cetera. In most cases, investors are supporting a business or a project that hasn't been built yet. Trust me, it's just a white paper. I'll explain what a white paper is in a minute. And you're betting on it that it'll be successful in the hopes of a big payoff, right? Reasons to participate: long-term investment, interest in technology, speculations. Reasons not to participate, right? Lack of third-party research, lack of legal or regulatory framework, lack of attractive investment structures, lack of faith in software coding auditing, lack of attractive products, and controversies frauds, and I mean, all of it, right? One of the early successes was, I believe, a company called, let me get rid of this, Mastercoin was the first one that started it off. And these were the early, made safe, raises 7.5 million in 5 hours. Ethereum raises 18.4 million. And we're talking about 2014. Those were early successes. That's only 3 years back, but it's extremely old in the crypto time frame. 2015 ups and downs. Augur, I think, open source decentralized market prediction platform, raises Bitcoin and Ethereum tokens worth 5.3 million. So that starts telling you, well, some of these ICOs are accepting fiat currencies like dollars or whatever else. Typically, the best way to get into these ICOs, you need to have Ethereum or Bitcoin. So go do that. And here, another one, which is the distributed autonomous organization. I think that's what they raised $150 million in April of 2016, but they got hacked. I don't know what in the blockchain got hacked. I don't know the details, but they lost 55 million out of the 150 million before they found out they were losing the money. So these are crazy things, right? Waves, which is a platform, apparently a competition to Ethereum, raised $16 million in 30 days. Golem, which is the Airbnb of computers. Imagine you build a supercomputer, right? And by connecting everybody's computer and everybody get a piece of the money, etc. Just like AWS, a cloud computer. So imagine that. So that's a Golem, $8.6 million in 29 minutes. And then 2017, this past year has been the year of rapid growth. Gnosis, 12 million in 10 minutes. Oh, Brave was 35 million in 30 seconds. Bancor, 153 million in 3 hours. So obviously, this is no longer just retail. These are institutional investors. These are major companies and funds that are investing into this. Okay, the private equity and the Sandhill investors. Everybody's in the game now. So that is the excitement around ICOs. ICO funding in 2017 far exceeded regular VC funding. And this is how a token sale I randomly clicked on. I mean, you go to CoinMarketCap, you'll have enough advertisements. I just randomly clicked on one. So this is how an ICO looks. An ICO costs a lot of money, typically 50,000 on the low end to 500,000 on the high end. So that's a lot of money even to raise the money. So this is crazy. So then they had to innovate a pre-token sale or a pre-ICO. So, and I think Coinstarter was something that was about to .com, I believe. Excuse me. So, okay, I'm just trying to see if I can get the Coinstarter thing going, because that was supposed to go into, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Coinstarter is about to start their pre-token sale. So that's the reason why. Yeah, here it is. The world's first, so this is a token sale, pre-token sale. Okay, pre-token sale is live in 5 hours and 17 minutes. So what they're saying is, hey, we have a beautiful website, we have a white paper, we have a team, we have a roadmap. Now this is unusual in the sense because this one is saying the opposite actually. It's saying, hey, we are not just a white paper, we have a lot going on. See this, 140,000 members and counting. So these are 140,000 members that want to start their own ICOs, if you can believe that. 218 countries, 3,000 plus ICOs submitted. So that's really what it is. So this one happens to be a real business already existing and a community, a very large community. So this might be, now I haven't studied them, I haven't understood them, but I would look at the team and I would click at their LinkedIn. I might even add them. I might look at their profile. I might see if they're active, if they are going to add me in return, right? And I'm going to look at white papers. And Bitcoin originally came out with Satoshi Nakamoto putting out the original famous white paper. And that was like a 5-10 page white paper explaining the underlying peer-to-peer payments and all of that. Obviously, there's nobody, including Satoshi Nakamoto, that could have predicted what Bitcoin will become. And so here it is. So this is how a white paper looks. They're typically quite boring. And download as a PDF. Okay, let's do that.
So could you tell us what is an white paper? Because it would make things better.
A white paper is like this. In fact, let's look at it. There's an abstract, there's an introduction, what are ICOs, what is ICO market. So this explaining you're explaining your entire business, right? Think of it like almost like a business plan, right? What is the problem you're solving? Who are you? Who is in your team? And why do you have a good solution? What have you already done? And what is the token get me? And how will the token rise in value? So that's the kind of thing that, so here it is explaining, because these people are trying to enable, so this is a platform. The company that we're looking at here called Coin Starter, as its name indicates, Coin Starter, it helps companies launch their own coins or tokens. So, and here we are. So he's talking about what are ICOs, why they need a platform, and the name of their coin is Starter Coin, and they're starting a whole economy and custom wallet technology features, etc., etc. And the team, the regulations, top questions, and here. So this is interesting, right? What is the ICO? This is what most people would be interested in. What is the ICO? Bonus schedule, page 30. Let's look at page 33. Okay, so let's go scroll down here. Almost nobody besides the person who writes it reads the entirety of a white paper. People typically scan it. Unfortunately, many people who write white papers don't know that. I'm an advisor to many ICOs, so that's the reason I'm making that statement. So one of the things is it started off as a pedantic document. Now it is much more of a semi-marketing document because many people want to understand what's going on here, right? So here we are. ICO crowd sale bonus. So in the first hour, it's 40% bonus. That means, what is 40% bonus mean? Instead of buying it $100, you buy it at $60, right? For example. So that means by the time it goes to $100, you already got 66% increase in your profitability. So that's all crazy, right? But that's a part of it's become standard now. The second hour, 39%, third hour. So these guys are extremely marketing savvy, as you can tell. They're trying to generate a lot of excitement. Obviously, they have 140,000 members. They have a big community. And so there's going to be a lot of people interested in this, potentially. That's what they're thinking. And maybe they're right. I don't know. So, and don't be surprised if many of these things, and they have caps. Maybe if they're planning to raise only 1 million, let's see if they say that. The crowd sale will last for 35 days or less, really. And below is, typically, if they're lucky, it's all less. Because ICO, the other company I was referring to earlier, was planning a similar type of a schedule, but they finished their entire sale in 8 hours. They raised 42 million and they stopped because they don't know how to spend the rest of the money, any more money. Below is the time bonus for token purchases. If you bought earlier, you can get a bigger bonus for your purchased amount. A person who purchased $1,000 worth of tokens during the 15% bonus period will be counted as 1,150. So pre-ICO begins. Obviously, they're delayed because they didn't do it on. And again, these things you'll find it's a mistake because they're just launching now, which is January 6th, 1 month later. But somebody forgot to change the white paper here, right? So this happens it's a human error, but you will find things like that. So questions and answers and so on and so forth. All right, so that's an example. That's Coin Starter. And if we go to some popular way of raising money and pre-ICO, you sign up, you get a wallet address, you wallet, you get tokens. That's typically the process. The first ICO, when was the first ICO? August of 2013. That was called Mastercoin, right? And then what is the process, right? There's a team, there's a community, there's a value addition. So you need to understand, why is this token interesting? Would you use the token? And is there a utility value, or are they just selling it to raise the money for the company? So those are all and this is yet another one. So this typically home, platform, white paper, token sale, FAQ. So these are standard. So if you go to the bottom, there's usually links. Well, usually I said, there's usually links to their Facebook and Twitter and right, but I don't know why they don't have that. So what is Aurora? It's a distributed app protocol, etc., etc. So this one is a financial network. There's somebody that I had interviewed. I'm trying to see if I can find the team. Okay, maybe it's in about. Oh, there you are. Alex One was a person that I interviewed for Crypto Nights earlier. And all the best, Alex, on this. And that's his brother, Phil One. And so if you can go back and listen to that episode of Aurora. So I think that gives you an idea. ICOs are a way for entrepreneurs to raise money, and ICOs are a way for investors to invest money. If you get into pre-token sale, you might double or triple your money by the time it even goes out in the public market. So ICO, pre-ICO takes typically a few hours to a few days, maybe at max a month or so. That's where they raise the money to fund the rest of the ICO typically. And then the rest of the ICO might be a few hours, few minutes, few seconds to probably 2-3 months or more. And then at the end of all of these, they have raised 2 million, 20 million, 200 million, who knows. And then that's not the best part. A few weeks later, they're trading on exchanges, right? So let's take an example, right? So if we take Power Ledger, and we want to know where are they being traded. So I'll just type exchanges, right? So then you'll see where to buy Power Ledger, because just because you bought the ICO doesn't mean you immediately have the ability to sell. So here are the exchanges, right? Here is Binance. That's where I have an account. Cryptopia, Bittrex, CoinSpot, Gate.io, KuCoin. So there are many exchanges on which they will list these tokens and they'll start trading. So if you're one of the investors in the pre-ICO or ICO, let's say you bought each token is $1, but you bought them at 50 cents in pre-token sale. And then it went on the exchange, it's trading at $2 and you sell it, you made 4 times your money. So you invested 10,000, you made $40,000 in 3 to 6 months, let's say, for example. Okay. And that's the fascination. Now, what happens if it goes on the public market and instead of $2, it crashes to 2 cents? Yeah, well, you got wiped out. So both are a possibility, right? So that, I hope, explains what an ICO is for the entrepreneurs, what an ICO is for an investor, what a pre-ICO is, what an actual ICO is, and what is the exchange trading that comes after that. But proceed with caution. Start with $50 or $100 and get in. Just play with it. Have some fun. Learn. Don't need to bet the barn on it. So that's what I would encourage you to get in and just Google ICO. And start reading. Listen to a few podcasts. Listen to a few of our Crypto Nights broadcasts. Most importantly, send us some questions. I think we have info@cryptonights.io right now. You can send us any questions that you have, and we'll be happy to take some of those. We cannot answer all the questions we get, but definitely we can take some of those questions and answer them on one of these episodes. Okay. Back to you, Sushaki. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So I think this was one of the clearing, like the confusion clearing answers that you had ever given. So the basic question, what is an ICO? It's a very simple idea, simple answer to it, but then you beautifully explained it and with lots of infographics, insights and whatnot. So whenever we talk about these kind of things, let's get a much more reading and a researched way of understanding things. And that's what our aim over here in Crypto Basics is. So thank you again, Kant, and I will request all our viewers to, again, as said by Kant, to mail us with your questions at info@cryptonights.io. I again repeat, info@cryptonights.io, and feel free to ask us questions and we'll filter them and take the best possible questions and discuss over here. With that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you again, Dr. Kant. We'll hope to catch you up with another question very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.